So when I am sizing this stuff right here, these numbers right here, and this 8, is that in millimeters?
That's what she... A lot of places are like that.
I love you so much.
Person's effort is a direct reflection of their interest.
I didn't love her enough.
Yeah.
Ooh, fuck. And she loved me a little too much.
Yeah.
Sure it's sweet, but I certainly don't need love. But it would be nice. Yeah, I thought I had found the one. I was young and dumb and didn't know nothing. Just a young boy who was searching for something. But she just couldn't feel my heart, cause I was hurting for love. Must have been my fault for being too stubborn. Oh, it's on here. The vertical mount wasn't attached right here on the base, so it came right off.
So, wasn't really sure how I wanted to start this video, but I got a new 3D printer. The old one that I had for probably 3 years, I never really used it because it was just problem after problem, and I felt like I was spending more time working on it than I was it working for me. So I did a thing and I got a, what is it called? A1 Mini by Bambu Labs. And it's been amazing already. It's incredible. Of course, you know, nothing's perfect, but this thing is damn near close. And I wanted to make a video about it. So that's what this video is about. Let's get into it and just kind of go over what I've been facing with this new machine and how it's been going.
This thing is so cool. It just works, dude. It works really well. Like, these prints are so smooth.
So I got this piece made right here, right? Because nobody made this skull mount with the standard GoPro mount. So we got that made, except now we need to, because I want one on the side too, so I can have one vertical or horizontal. So now I'm gonna have to like cut this where this angle is. You can kind of see how there's like an angle, a bevel. I gotta cut that off and then add a wall to this edge right here. Make it go all, at least a section like right here, which honestly, the more we have, the more stable it's going to be, because if we only add a section like we did right there on the bottom, then whenever you have your GoPro setting in vertical mode, it's very top heavy because it's longer.
That's what she said.
And the weight of the GoPro is pretty significant for its size.
That's what she said.
So when you have a vertical mount, you want as much width of support as you possibly can, especially like if it was even a little bit thicker.
That's what she said. No.
It would help, because what I've noticed from these mounts here, whenever you mount it vertically, because since it's so top heavy and tall, and you only have this little bit, this little width right here, and then just this little bit, it tends to, like, especially when you crash and you bump it in one direction, it tends to sit one direction, because the GoPro wasn't created to be balanced this way. And if you notice, where they put this mount is further over to the right than it is to the left, so it's not centered. And I think that they did that to try to mitigate it leaning to one side, which I totally understand. But you could go about that just by adding more of this support on the bottom here. This is sick. Also had to beef this part up because I noticed whenever you have it mounted, it's very wobbly. And it would be good for like real steady, because it's got a little bit of give to it, I feel like. So for like a Cinewhoop or something, it's probably fine, but for freestyle, this shit would rip clean off so fast. So we beefed the sides of that up. We also closed this hole a little bit because I noticed that hole is a little too small, or too big, sorry. So if I grab the other mount here, you can see the hole is much smaller. And the way that I did that, they have like these basically like circle washer
style objects in Tinkercad, and I basically just use those and shrink them down and put them inside of it, and that's exactly how I made these. I had to do that a couple different times just to make this one. I measured the holes on this as well as the outside diameter, so I had the measurements, but in Tinkercad you can't, as far as I know, I haven't learned this at least, there's no way for me to be able to measure the inside diameter of a hole, only like the outside. So I kind of had to wing it on this, and like, although it will work, it's not quite closed enough. So, and that also contributes to the wobbliness, I think. So also the tree supports that I used for this kind of made it very sloppy on a lot of it. That's why there's that excess in there, and then on here, so it's not very clean. And then this part that I added, of course, looks totally different from here, and you can actually see the infill. Same with on the top here. So it's not what I wanted, but that was, I mean, it's part of the process of learning and doing the prints is doing test print and see how it comes out. See on this part here, it's kind of, since I made those too sharp on both corners, it actually adds a little bit extra protection from the camera here since it is exposed. So I'm kind of happy with that actually. And same with the top up there, there's some wasted dead space in there, but the way that that's designed, it's going to help reduce damage and impact because it's going to act kind of like a shock absorption. So turned out, overall, I'm happy with it. This isn't the finished product or design, of course. You guys will see that in a second. I'll show you. I'm still waiting on some filament to come in, the filament that I'm going to be using for my next build, which is going to be gray, solid gray, light gray TPU for the camera mount at least. The rest of it's all going to be, the rest of the prints are going to be gold and silver.
Before and after. So this is the one that I started with. This is the one that I made. Put a little bitty horn there for more corner protection on this side, as well as right here and back here. That gives it a little bit more protection. And then, as you can see on, let's see if I can move it. On his, this part of the mount is super thin right there, so it's gonna rip off. I actually have it right here. It makes it really easy to get the GoPro out, which I really like, but I mean, that's barely on. Like, that's definitely gonna get ripped off. It's just, and there's just not really much structural integrity with the way that that was designed. But it's named lens reduced, so I totally understand that because he did reduce that, but I don't think that that was a good call on the designer. So I beefed mine up quite a bit, as you can see, which means, yeah, you will have to bend it outward to get your GoPro in there, but it'll also help keep the GoPro in there, and since it's much thicker, that piece is not going to get torn off. So yeah, pretty cool. Definitely learned some shit, as well as, like, I should have, so instead of making this corner up here so sharp, I should have rounded it off more, since the GoPro is more rounded. But it being that sharp corner actually adds a little bit
extra protection. So, and it kind of acts as like a cushion since it's not touching up against this completely. So it's going to give it a little bit more protection even. So I kind of like that I accidentally did that. And then same with down here on this, since it comes out further than this and your GoPro sticks out here and it's sharper, it actually adds a little bit extra sticking out past the GoPro. So even though your GoPro hangs out here, it still gets a little bit of protection on that back.
You want to go back to a reading school? Yeah. Didn't think so.
So I printed this. It's a cat toy, but it made me think these would make really good landing gears on a drone, like a 7-inch or something.
Well, pot has gotten much stronger since the 70s. Oh, that's much better. Yeah. I'm so parched.
What can we get you to drink?
A popsicle?
Go get Paul a popsicle.
What if they don't?
New GoPro mount for my drone. Got my name on there and bones, bruh. Shit's sick, dude.
I would like you all to go to the website and watch my clip 11 times.